Good morning from downtown Houston. This is Jeff McNeil, joined by my colleague, Doug Davison. It's our weekly segment as we preview this week's newspaper. This segment, as always, is brought to you by Rocket Digital. If you're a business organization and you need help with a website, social media management, or online advertising, click the link below and they will help you out. Well, Doug, the big news of the week, Paydon Dixon, 303 whopping rushing yards Friday night against Willow Springs. That's just a shocking number, isn't it?
I've never heard of such a thing in high school football. That's really amazing.
He did it on 25 carries, so it wasn't like he carried the ball 50 times. 25 carries, 303 yards, 3 touchdowns, leads the Tigers to a 40-29 win. Like you said, you just don't see those type of numbers. The football program doesn't have a good record of stats through the years, but we were talking, it's hard to imagine that there's a guy through the years that racked up 350 or more yards rushing.
Yeah, I'd like to hear if there was. And hey, kudos to Coach Eric Sloan and his staff for moving Dixon from quarterback to running back. Maybe they found something, and who knows, maybe they'll pull off an upset even as soon as this week against Mountain Grove.
Well, we can hope so. That's a great point by you. Paydon started the year as the quarterback, and they moved him over to running back. He actually had 103 rushing yards coming into that game. Now, you lose yardage on quarterback sacks, but that puts into perspective the magnitude of what they did. And also kudos to the offensive line. It's had its fair share of criticism this year as the Tigers have failed to generate much offense. But boy, those guys got excited and aggressive and just made a lot of big holes for Paydon, and he was patient. And we kept running the same play over and over. And why wouldn't you?
Of course.
That's the point where you don't have to outthink yourself as a coach.
Right. I bet it was like a snowball effect. All the kids really got into it once it started mounting. It probably just kept getting better as it went along.
Exactly. His last run of the night, well, his next to last run was for 44 yards. That put him right at 300, and so they pulled him out. They put him in at the very last play of the game just to run a little short 3-yarder to finish off the game. Right before the final whistle, the final horn of the game. But impressive night for the Tigers. Second win of the season, and they play Mountain Grove this Friday night. Doug, an article you wrote this week highlights healthy schools, healthy communities, an organization that's been around for a few years. You spotlighted some of the things that they've been doing and who they are. So for those that don't know, we've heard of that, but who is Healthy Schools, Healthy Communities?
Yeah, also known as just HSHC. It's a initiative of the Missouri Foundation for Health, and basically funds physical activities and other things related to reducing childhood obesity. That's one of the main goals, but also just general health for the community. They've spent a lot of money on doing a lot of things over the years. By the way, if you want to find out how it formed, you can just read the newspaper article or go online. There's information about how come it exists. The Mayor's Walking Club, one of the more popular physical activities that it has introduced. All of that new equipment at Rutherford Park on the west side of Houston is a result of HSHC funding. It's pretty in-depth, and it affects not only Houston, but also Kabul and Willow Springs in the local area.
And speaking of organizations that are doing good things, the Chamber has a lot of things going on in October, and there's several details about the events that they have coming up. But without going into too much detail, can you kind of talk about the things that Angie has got going and got planned for this month?
Yeah, it's quite a schedule. This weekend, the second inside yard sale of the year at the community building at the fairgrounds. On the 14th of October, a truck pull, which is always a popular activity. And then the following weekend on the 21st of October, a combination event where there's going to be a horseshoe tournament and a cornhole tournament also at the fairgrounds. So full schedule.
Plenty to do if you're looking for something to do on a weekend in Houston.
Yeah,
in there.
3 weekends in a row, yeah.
And kudos to Angie and the Chamber Board for all that they're doing to make things happen in our community, planning events. We want to encourage everyone, get out there and support these events, support your chamber, get involved. Don't sit around and say there's nothing to do. There's lots to do, so get out there and get involved. But appreciate them and all the hard work they're doing in our community. And one final thing, Doug, as we wrap up, of the Missouri Press Association announced its awards this past weekend. Our boss, Brad Gentry, was in Springfield to receive our awards. And while we don't like to pat ourselves on the back, it is nice to see recognition from our peers. 20 awards this year, and just another really good year for the newspaper. And I know that you, like me, just are pretty proud of what happens here in this newspaper office.
You know, we put in a lot of hard work, and we take pride in what we do, and it is kind of nice to get that confirmation.
Right.
Like you said, it's not about vainglory, but it is nice to know.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to you, Doug, on the awards you received. Appreciate all that you do in the community.
Well, appreciate that. Likewise to you.
Well, thank you. We love this place. We love our community. Even in the hard, difficult stories to write and the ones that are a little more fun, which we had more fun this week. But in all the stories we do, we really do love this community, writing stories for it. And thank you for the opportunity to serve in this community. It really is a serving position to serve. And we appreciate you joining us. And I don't have anything else to say. That we touched on a few of the goodies. There's lots of good things in the newspaper this week.
Yes, and I'd just like to echo what you said. We really appreciate this opportunity, and we don't take it lightly.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. Get a copy of the newspaper. We'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.